Today, we're going to talk about opping in Counter-Strike 2. I'm going to give you the tips, the tricks, the sauce that is going to allow you to grow to the highest level inside of this game. If you don't know who I am or why you should trust me, I'm CoJoMo. I made it to the highest division here in North America, opping, traveled the world, made it to #2 on the face of leaderboards. We are going to learn something today. Starting off with the most important thing when you're opping, guys, you have to be able to manage your economy. So many of you guys struggle to even get the op into your hands because you are not actually sitting there and being smart with how you're playing. This doesn't just come from buying SMGs to build money, saving, doing these things. It also means saving your life. By far, the biggest mistake I see oppers making when I'm coaching them, working with them, is they are too greedy. They want to just die. They want to run at people. If you are sitting there and having to rebuy your armor every round, rebuy kits, rebuy utility every single time because you just got greedy, you got too aggressive, of course you're going to struggle. Of course it's going to be hard. So I need you guys to be more cognizant than any player in the game to just sit there and play your life when it makes sense. Once we actually get the op in our hands, what we need to be able to do is find impact around the map. A lot of you guys are just playing way too basic. Biggest pick that you might go for is just holding this mid-ing. Well, guess what? Once you start getting anywhere high in the elo wise, people are just going to flash you off. Cool. Your one pick that you go for is just now ineffective. A lot of you just sit there and you go and play the most standard opping ever, where if you play anybody with a brain, they're going to sit there and go, let's smoke this guy off. Let's flash him. Let's double peek him. Let's avoid him, right? Avoiding the opper can be sick. There was a round I had in one of my pugs recently. It felt so good because I literally got a kill in every part of the map. I came here for an early pick, got that. I rotated all the way around to halls then. Went up here, boom, got another pick. Guess what? Then I ran all the way to B side. Do you see how when we float and we go here, boom, another kill? It is so frustrating. My opponents literally typed to me, he's everywhere. I got an ace literally in a different spot every single kill. That is how you have to look at opping. That's how you have to play with it. Because if you're not sitting there and giving those looks for yourself, they're going to read you so easily and you're going to be so ineffective as an op. Now, I want to give you very specific tips to help you grow your op game, but first I got to give you a message about how to get the best op skins in CS2.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All of this floating around and playing like this comes from being very comfortable and very familiar with where you like to play. Where is a good spot for an opper? That's a very important question. Anywhere that you can fall back is genuinely a good position to be in. Now, that's why most people do go arch side. Arch side can be decent. It's very basic. It's very standard. But the point being, you could shoot and fall. Shoot and fall. The best oppers in the world, they're not doing this as it happens. No, they already have this plan inside their mind and they know what they're doing. This is even in high pressure situation. They might be sitting up here trying to go for an aggressive pick into hall so that they can jump down and then go crazy and farm more people running up lane, for example. They might be back here on site on a hit and no, I really want to kill this lane guy first, then use this pillar to transition and peek out and kill the guy's hall. This seriously is happening in live time, but they're a lot of times scripting this out and they know their next little micro or big reposition. We can do bigger repositions like that when we go for like a very basic, very stand kill here. I might say, I just want to float around to coffins after I get one shot, one kill. Because yes, you can re-peek, you can ego peek, you can do these things, but that is going to make you a very readable, a very basic, very easy to play against off. Now, when you're popping off and you're farming, re-peek, you know, do your thing. You know yourself best. If you're fast, if you're quick, if you can get away with it, I recommend getting away with it. But that doesn't mean it was a smart play. That doesn't mean we should always be doing that, especially when we notice that performance-wise, we're starting to drop off a bit. Again, go back and play your life. Playing your life is so important. Now, I want to flip over to T side real quick. Part of being an opper, specifically on T side, is allowing your teammates to do some of the heavy lifting so that you can sit there and do your part for the team. But you can't just be useless. What you have to do is either post on angles, so once your teammates peek, you peek the opposite side and hold. While my teammates work up arch side, I am now holding this side. They are pinned. They cannot move from this position, allowing my teammates the peace and space to work. It is very effective. Same thing if my team is running onto site. I might sit here and just look at the rotates if we don't have a moto smoke, because I can sit here and take the long range fights, the long range guys out, while my teammates do the heavy lifting and run onto site. I know it can be frustrating in pugs and matchmaking because people don't take space and they bait and do all these things, but that is your job as an opper, is to pin people down and hold them. Yes, you have to go for opening picks. You got to be aggressive sometimes, but ultimately your job is to sit there on T side and and kind of just do the long range fights and get yourself into very clutch position. Going back to positioning on T side, I mean, it's any side round, but specifically on T side, in these retakes, if you can find pillars give you so much room to pivot. You can sit here and go for a CT kill and then pivot out here, kill the backhaul guy, pivot again, fight this. You see how we have lots of space to run around here? Any map you're playing, you can find these pillars and they're very effective. If you do think about it on a very macro level, that is why arch side can be effective, is because you can shoot and pivot around this giant pillar of a building and go to the next position. Now, I like lane side personally because I feel like you can get some free looks. If they're going to do anything for lane, it's generally they're just going to molly. Very rarely you'll see a smoke come in lane, and if it does, it's whatever. It's not that hard to deal with. But yeah, guys, like it's very, very effective. Let's talk about how to be dynamic though, because all this is great, but if you're just sitting and shooting, you're not really doing much. You're going to be a very one-dimensional operator, and it's going to be easy to read you. You have to be able to throw util, and you have to learn how to use utility on the fly. I don't mean just go and learn a bunch of lineups, which is great. No, I mean have a plan. If they smoke you off arch and you think they're going to be going in mid, sit there, right click, start holding left click, and get a kill. Again, right click, start holding left click a little bit and release both. You can customize that nade and get a free pick and fall back. You have to be able to use your nades in this way. When you're rotating in, it's not even just about you. You have to be able to support your teammates. Hey, I'm flashing over you guys, flashing over B. Hold on, you know, hang in there, be patient. I got you. So these are just ways that you can find impact, that you can help your teammates, that you can support. I'm going to give you a bonus tip, a very niche tip. So make sure you guys subscribe if you appreciate this video so far. You got to be good at no scoping. I know this is funny. This is a weird tip, but seriously, you're going to be in a lot of positions where you have to sit there and just know where the center of your screen is. You absolutely cannot tape things on your screen. You cannot draw across here on your screen. But what you can do is sit there in your practice time and just reference. Pull out your knife and then pull out your op again. Knife and op, and learn where the center of your screen is. Stop changing view model so much, because when you change your view model, it throws off the sense of where your center is. So it's a really important skill that not many people think about. That's so impactful. And the last bonus tip I want to give you guys in the video is stop flicking so much. Yes, you absolutely have to be able to hit a flick, but if you're flicking, it means you put yourself in a bad position. I much rather you focus on the simple shots. If you are not simplifying your opping in this game, you are going to struggle, because every fight's going to feel so stressful. You're going to have so much pressure. It's going to suck. A lot of people think they're going to op like simple, but then I watch them play, other people watch them play, and they're like, ah, this guy's a noob. It's like the dude that's like sitting up here and just like holding lane and holes and has to like go like that. Like, bro, you're insane. You're crazy, but you're also dying just way too much, overexposing yourself. Simplify the shots. The less you have to move and the more you can just go like that, the better. It feels so good to just click, 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 right? Like if I'm arch side, I'm playing up here and I'm just click. You're obviously going to always have to micro adjust. You have to track, you have to do these things, but so many of you guys are just putting yourself in impossible situations, trying to flick and get yourself out of it. It's bad. It's not effective. So this is how to opt CS2. Hopefully you learned something new today. Check out my coaching website, join my Discord, and please watch the streams every day. Twitch.tv/CoJoMoCS. We are learning live every single day. It's amazing. Appreciate all of you guys. Catch you in the next video. Peace out.